Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to J is for Justice. My name is Jay. I'm your host tonight. Welcome back. We are remembering the Idaho 4 tonight. Welcome back, everybody. We have been busy today. We've had a lot of videos dropping. I've been dropping videos from the other channel, kind of revisiting everything. Oh my gosh. Flo just gave Frag a membership. Welcome, Frag. I can't think of someone more deserving. Thank you, Flo. Thank you, Miss Flo. Let's see here. We've got a lot going on here. So we're going to watch Ben Mogen to kick things off here. He breaks my heart. This man, the smile he gets when he talks about his daughter, Maddie, breaks my heart. Let's start watching Ben Mogen, and then we will reconvene. Let's start rolling this. And they keep messing with his mic. They had to get his mic straight like 2 or 3 times.
Well, Ben, first off, I just want to say thank you so much for agreeing to meet with us. I know this has been an extremely difficult year, to say the least.
Yeah.
And Pulley,
how are
welcome.
you doing 1 year after? I know that's a loaded question.
Well, I'm
the real me.
in there. I have the best family and support system that I could ask for, and yeah, we're hanging in there. We've spent a lot of time, together and thinking about Maddie and just trying to live our best lives that she would want us to live.
You've known Maddie her whole life. Tell us, who is Maddie Mogen, or as you call Maddie May, right?
Maddie May Mogen, yes. She was the sweetest.
What just happened?
Smart, loving. She was the best. She never caused me one day of stress in my life.
Hang on.
She was the best child I could have asked for, and
I don't know what I'm doing here.
we miss her so much.
Tell us about.
Hold on, Tim. I just want to make sure the mic isn't. Can we set that one's fine, but I think maybe
I killed the moment. This guy killed the
a
moment.
little bit. Can we just set it on?
Let's get all straightened out here.
Sometimes when the cord runs against something.
Do we need to redo anything?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Ben, tell us about Maddie from where she was born to where she grew up. Give us we want to honor Maddie. Tell us about Maddie's childhood.
Well, Maddie was born in Eugene, Oregon. We lived down in Oregon for a few years, and so yeah, she was born there, and we had a nice little life, just really simple, and then we moved up here when she was almost 4, and yeah, she did well in school. She had friends. She always had lots of friends, and she loved music. That she probably got that from me. We definitely enjoyed our music together, and then later on going to see live music. But she grew up here in Coeur d'Alene, and just a few blocks from here. And yeah, she was. She had such a bright future ahead of her, and yeah, we just miss her every day.
Ben, we're meeting at a Starbucks right now. I asked you where you would want to meet, and you mentioned the Starbucks here in Coeur d'Alene. Why did you pick this location?
Well, the last time that we ever went somewhere together, it was here. She was heading back to college, and we wanted to see her before she went back to school. So my mom and I set up a little breakfast or coffee date here, and we met
So
with her,
proud of her.
And she drove back to Moscow, and then we only saw each other one time after that. It was at my dad's house for a 4th of July dinner. And so this was the second to last time I spent time with Maddie.
So I'm sure even just walking in.
One last thing. Can I just move your ballot? It's just hitting.
Hey, J Bones.
Is that okay?
Sorry, guys.
No problem. Should I move it down a little?
Hey, Holly on Facebook. Thanks for liking.
Oh, cool.
Holly Chavin.
It's okay. So Ben, when you come here to Starbucks, at this particular Starbucks, does it bring back any memories of your daughter?
Yeah. We sat right. There used to be a table right over here, and that's the one that we sat at. And yeah, every time I even drive by here, I think about seeing her here and just how much I wish she was here with us.
Yeah. It's obvious. It's obvious that this is difficult for you. Where are you in the stages of grief right now?
Well,
What kind of question is that?
I've been seeing counseling, just one-on-one counseling with a wonderful woman, and but I was going every week for for about 9 months, I would say, and then the last month or so, I've just been doing every other week. So, so I think that's a sign that I'm, moving in the right direction. But it's, I read a little grief book. I read a passage from it every day that helps me through. And like I said, my support I have at work and at home and with my family, I mean, that's really what gets me through. It's just the people in my life. And another big thing is just my sobriety. I've been able to stay clean through this. And
Good for him.
And that's a huge thing.
That's
we
huge.
go to AA and NA meetings, my wife and I do, and that helps a lot too, because it's really easy to spiral down after something like this. And yeah, I've been able to keep my head up.
I love that. It's very evident that you raised a very bright daughter. She just radiates,
He's so
the
proud of
smile and the
her.
joy that she brought was so evident. You talked about how she impacted so many people, and you still hear from those people, strangers even. What do they say to you?
I'll be working, I work at concerts and sports events doing security, and I'll have people come up to me even now, a year later, and say, hey, I just wanted to tell you how much Maddie meant to me, whether it was a teacher or someone she used to work with, but it still happens. And I didn't realize how many lives that she was able to touch in her short life. And everyone has just the best things to say about her, just that she was so sweet and just loving and a good person.
So is it comforting for you to hear from those strangers?
Yeah, I like to hear positive, happy things and memories about Maddie. Oh, that light went off.
Oh.
Is that okay?
I didn't want to draw attention to it. I'm glad you caught it. There we go.
Yeah, might have to just.
News people are so awkward sometimes.
That's fine. His batteries die quick.
I also brought she wrote me a Father's Day card, the last Father's Day that we had, and so I brought it with
did?
me. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it's really sweet.
That's so sweet.
But yeah, if you want me to read it or something.
Yeah,
or something.
that
I'd
might
love
be
for
good.
you to read it. I would love to interview him.
Ready?
What a nice man.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Cool. Ben, we talked a lot about Maddie growing up. A big part of her childhood was her best friend Kaylee, another one of the victims in the stabbing. I'm gonna say that again. Ben, you talked about her childhood, and part of her childhood was her best friend Kaylee. They were like sisters. Tell us about their friendship.
Yeah, they really had a really special friendship. She and her sisters were like family to Maddie. That whole family took her in, and they would go on trips together, and they really clicked, and it was fun to see them go through their little ups and downs as a couple of just best friends growing up and going through high school and middle school. And, it was fun to see them. They were fun to watch.
It really did seem like they did everything together.
Yeah.
I heard something about they wrote a letter to their high school or something to go to a different school. Do you know that story or something? Okay, maybe it was something else I was thinking of.
I know what you're talking. They had to. So they went to charter for middle school, and they wanted to go to the public school for their freshman through senior years, and they had to give a presentation to the parents saying all the reasons that they thought it was a good idea why they should be switching schools, because charter is really high academic standards, and we wanted to make sure that they had that they were doing it with for the right reasons, I guess.
I love it. They concocted a plan.
Yeah, but it worked.
So from childhood, middle school, and then high school, and then you find out your daughter is going to college. She's going to the University of Idaho, which is just down the road.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was like hearing that your daughter was going to be a vandal?
Yeah, I was excited. It was going to be close enough that we'd be able to see her. She could come home on weekends, and but still, it was going to be far enough away that she could feel like she was living her own life and being independent, and having her own little hometown was special for her. And so I was so proud that she wanted to take that next step and do it right out of high school. And she just was. We went out to a dinner with some of her professors after everything happened, and they told me about how she was in the classroom and how she would just kind of take charge on projects, and she was kind of a leader in her group, in her class, and it was fun to hear that side of her, because you never know how your kid is when they're at school,
Well, obviously Maddie never got to walk across the stage, but last spring she was awarded a posthumous degree. You mentioned that you're proud of your daughter. When they announced that, what did that mean to you?
Oh, that was so special, and the University of Idaho has done such an amazing job just honoring her and the other students, and making it really comfortable for the families. And that everything that they did at the graduation was really nice, and walking across the stage and picking up that diploma for her that she earned. They didn't just give it to her because they were trying to be nice. She earned all those credits, and she got that degree, and we're so proud of her still.
I want to transition. Ben, did you know, is it Jake Schreiger?
Yeah.
Ben, tell us about Jake Schreiger. He spoke at the memorial for Maddie. Talk about their relationship.
Oh, I love Jake. Jake and Maddie had a really beautiful relationship, and they were so happy together, made each other so happy, and he's such a solid, just fun guy. And I just actually went to lunch with him. He's over in Spain now, and he's teaching English over there. And the day before he flew out, we went over and had lunch over at Capone's in Post Falls, and had a really nice talk. And he's over there just on a new adventure, trying to move past this. But I'll always keep in touch with Jake. I really wanted to see my daughter and Jake together.
I know that's so hard to talk about, so thank you for being so open.
You're welcome.
I want to transition a little bit.
Let's transition.
Do you remember the day that you received the phone call about what happened to your daughter?
Yeah, I was watching a movie by myself at the theater, and I got a couple calls from my mom and from Karen, and I thought something must be going on because the
we can start over.
that's my phone.
Okay.
I didn't hear it.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
So tell us about that night.
So I was at the theater watching a movie, and I got a couple calls, one from my mom and then one from Karen, and they were right back to back. And so I took the call, and my mom just said, "You have to come home, come to her house," and didn't tell me anything else. And so the worst things came to my head, but it still wasn't as bad as what it ended up being. But I'll obviously never forget that night. But I spent the rest of the night just with my family, just trying to make some sense out of this. And yeah, it's just horrific. I hope no one ever has to go through something like that.
Are you following the legal proceedings right now?
I get updates from the prosecutor's office by email. I try and get the information that way rather than watching the news about it, because it's just hard seeing that guy's face. And yeah, I can kind of cut right to the chase when I just get the emails that they send me. So I try and kind of turn the channel when it comes on the TV, to be honest. But yeah, I know what's going on with the case when things happen with it.
And not to mention misinformation around this case.
Yeah.
Has that been difficult to see what people say about the kids?
I just don't go on social media. I don't look at any of that stuff. I know it's out there, but I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't let anything like that really taint what I'm going. It's hard enough already just as it is, and I just don't try and bring any negativity into my life that I don't need. So, and I've been able to do that. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. What does justice look like for you?
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that question.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate your honesty. Let's just talk about Maddie Mayday. Can you tell me more about Maddie Mayday? Where did the idea come from, and what was it like to celebrate Maddie Mayday?
Yeah, so Maddie Mayday is something that my sisters came up with, and we just wanted to have her birthday be a day that we celebrate and that makes people's lives better in the name of Maddie May. And so we decided to make it to where Maddie Mayday is May 25th, and so every year on that day we're going to just do a random act of kindness for someone or for some people. And so yeah, this year we baked cookies and took them to all of her teachers at all of her schools, at her grade school and middle school and high school. And yeah, that's what my mom chose to do for her good deed. And yeah, everyone kind of did something different that was personal to them and that would honor Maddie's memory in the way that we wanted. So yeah, we just wanted to, we didn't want it to be something where people had to, spend money or spend, it was just as much or as little as you want to do, and just do it in her honor. And yeah, it went really well. I was really amazed at all the different things that people did.
What were some of the things that you heard about?
People were buying coffees or meals at restaurants for people and then kind of pass it on type of a thing, or at drive-thrus like they do here at the coffee shops. And
That's cool.
yeah, things like that. And yeah, going and raking someone's yard or mowing someone's lawn. I think it was more lawn mowing kind of thing back then in May. So but yeah, there was just doing nice things for people. And yeah, there's a page that they made that people could go and post what they did. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's your daughter's legacy.
Yes.
The kindness that she showed, and you may not hear all the stories.
Right.
What is that? Talk about that legacy, knowing that your daughter touched so many lives and will continue to on future Maddie May Days and even outside of Maddie May Days. How has your daughter's legacy shined in this last year?
I think that all the good things that she did for people that made their lives better kind of came to the surface, and we were able to hear just how great of I didn't have any idea, barely any of this stuff that I found out about her since everything happened. You know, you never hear those types of things unless something like this happens, I guess. But yeah, I was just to hear how many lives that she was able to impact, and that she had people had such a great lasting impression of her and a memory of her. You know, everyone had such nice things and sweet things to say. She was really a good person.
Hey, Tim,
Yeah.
I gotta ask a question.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Which one? Oh. Was Maddie an only child?
Yes.
She was. But she had Kaylee and all her other
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
She seemed very popular.
Yeah.
This interviewer.
I want to ask, you know, while there's no other situation like this out there, what advice would you give to parents watching that go through such a horrific loss? How do you cope?
I'd say just
I'm real,
keep
Punani.
the people that you love close, and yeah, just love each other, and be there for each other, and you know, ask how, you know, just know how each other are doing, you know, and check on each other, and yeah, just the support and constant reminders of how much support I have has been what's gotten me through, and yeah, like I said, the counseling and the sobriety, that's played a huge part for me. So I would say don't go and try and drown out the grief. Let it hit you. I mean, let the feelings hit you, because they're gonna come one way or another, and so it's better to just let them hit you naturally and with a clean mind, so that you can feel what they're trying to impress on us, because those feelings are important, and we have to go through them before we can move on and get on with our life. And so that's, I guess, what I would maybe say.
That's good advice. Ben, if you could describe your daughter in a few words, how would you describe Maddie?
Oh, just bright and funny and just fun. She was a fun person to be around.
You're wearing an angel on You're wearing an angel wing necklace with Maddie's name on it. Tell us the story about the angel wing.
Well, my sister Katie May,
Katie.
Maddie May has her middle name because of my sister Katie May. So, and they had a special connection too. So Katie, my sister, had this made for me, and it says Madison May Mogen, and it says "Love Always" on the fourth side. And then my mom got me a little silver angel wing to remind me that Maddie's always with me. So I wear those every day, and yeah, that's that and my wedding ring are my only jewelry that I wear.
Yeah. You talked about she's always with you, and you and I chatted about what we would call maybe a wink from Maddie over the last year. Do you feel her presence occasionally?
Yeah, I do, and when I feel that she's looking down on me or that she's there with me, I say it out loud. I say, "I love you, Maddie," or I say, "Hi, Maddie," or something like that, so that maybe she can know that I'm thinking about her and how often I think about her. There's not a. Yeah, she's always on my heart. And, yeah, so I tell her hi multiple times a day, and maybe she knows.
I feel good. Is there anything else that you want to add, Ben? We'll chat more when we walk, but
yeah. No, I do want to show that card.
Do you have that card?
Yeah.
Is it in your jacket?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think,
Could you grab?
It's just in a book that's right here.
He's going to read the card from Maddie. Father's Day, her last Father's Day card.
Could you put the mic over there? Thank you. So what did you bring?
Oh, this is my wife's Halsey poetry book, but
What's this?
I came across this after everything happened, and Maddie gave me this on the last Father's Day that she was here for, and it says, "Happy Father's Day to a dad who has everything: ability, looks, charm, talent, personality, and me. Love you, Dad." But then what she wrote, "Happy Father's Day. I hope you have the best day. I can't wait till we can hang out again soon. I'll be in Coeur d'Alene on the 4th of July. Hopefully we can find a time then. I loved your birthday card you sent me, by the way. Maybe we can see a concert sometime soon. I'd love to see the gorge when it's not so smoky out. I hope you're doing well. I'm proud of how far you've come. Thank you for always encouraging me to do my best. Love you lots and lots. Maddie May." Yeah. When I found this card, it made me so happy, and I'm so glad that I have it, and I'll just treasure it forever.
I'm sure. Thank you for sharing. Father's Days and holidays. Are you finding new ways to enjoy and celebrate those days with Maddie, not by your side?
It's still not something that it'll never feel right without her. I don't think we spend every holiday together, every birthday of hers. I don't know how to do the holidays without her yet.
Yeah. Well, that's very special that you have that.
Yeah, thanks.
Did Maddie, when she was growing up, did she have any nicknames for you, or did she just call you Dad, or?
Yeah, it was just. Yes, I don't think she had any nicknames. My mom. She called my mom Deedle, but I think that was the only nickname.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I was wondering, do we need him to read that one more time?
Oh, because
my God.
Oh no, I meant the blender turned on halfway through.
Oh, I wasn't even really.
It was fine. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Nicole, did you get a good wide shot of it to him? I mean, we can.
This is
Sorry, you
so
made me tear up.
unnatural.
I tried so hard not to. I think I did. I don't know how I've been able to. I get emotional so easily now, even a year later, just over things that normally, just sad things that normally I would have been fine with. It will just make me tear up.
Oh, I know.
When they wouldn't have before.
It'll happen. My sister passed away 13 years ago now, and every once in a while I'll talk about her, and I'll meet someone named Melody, and I'll just feel, they were like, "Why are you crying?" And I'm like, "I can't, it's too much."
The nice thing with me is when I'm crying, no one wonders why. They don't have to ask me why, because it's pretty obvious. It's probably something to do with Maddie,
Yeah. It'll come in waves.
Yeah.
Well, Ben, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
We're just getting a wide shot of you guys.
Okay. Just keep chatting for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep chatting.
So then later on, will we go right from here down there?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's okay.
Yeah.
We could all, if you're okay with it, we could just ride in one car, because that way, we don't have to find parking or whatever. You said it was dockside?
Well, she worked at the beach house, which is the resort out in a different place. But when she worked at the resort, it was at the infinity pool.
Okay. We don't have to go in there.
I don't think we can.
But maybe just walk around the outside,
Yeah.
It's not raining today.
Right.
We got a little break.
Yes.
Can you record this, Nate? What were some of Maddie's favorite things? I actually meant to ask you that. What were some of her favorite things?
She loved the color pink. She loved her pink cowboy hat and cowboy boots. She loved to go go out with her friends and love live music and love to go on road trips and love to go on the water. She loved the water and going on boats and yeah, she's always been an outdoorsy kind of girl. And yeah, she loved fashion and looking good and doing makeup and hair and nails and stuff like that. She'd do that with her friends and make them all look good. And yeah, she liked, yeah, just spending time with people. She wasn't probably alone very often.
Yeah.
She's real social.
What was it like being a girl dad?
Sounds like
Yeah,
you
I don't know
liked it.
any other way. My stepdaughter lives with us now. She's 14. Yeah, I'm pretty used to living with only other females.
Too funny.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded too. I got a bunch of sisters, so
Oh,
I
okay.
understand.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, for people watching this 1 year later, how do you want them to remember your daughter?
I just want people to remember Maddie as someone who was a good friend and just loved the people in her life and was loved by those people and just like to get the most out of life and you know, don't waste any days, you know.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, my favorite memory with Maddie is going to the Mac Miller concert and getting to meet him and taking her and her friends. They were so happy, and I've just never seen her so happy in my life. And yeah, she knew all the words, and they were just jumping and singing all the lyrics. And yeah, that was the happiest I probably have ever been.
If she were here today, what would be the one thing you want to tell her?
Just tell her that I'm just so proud of her and that she's the reason that I'm even still here. Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Yes, thank you, Ben.
You're welcome. Thank you guys. You guys
Thank
are
you.
so great to meet you all.
It's so great to meet you.
So they went to that place just for like a few minutes. That was really hard to watch.
Taking her and her friends, they were so happy, and I've just never seen her so happy in my life. And yeah, she knew all the words, and they were just jumping and singing all the lyrics. And yeah, that was the happiest I probably have ever been.
If she were here today, what would be the one thing you want to tell her?
Just tell her that I'm just so proud of her and that she's the reason that I'm even still here. Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Yes, thank you, Ben.
You're welcome. Thank you guys. You guys
Thank
are so great to meet you.
He's so nice. What a good guy. Ugh. Very difficult. Very difficult. Let's see what else we've got here. Is there any other interviews? I have this video of Xana that Potato sent me. I can show you guys this. She's so cute too. Just good kids, man. Just good kids. Hold on, I've got to open up TikTok. Here we go. All right. Let me show you this. If there's any other interviews, let me know. I don't know if anybody else did any. That interview, I know. The interviewer, pitiful. Pitiful. But you know what? That's what they do. That's how they're taught. That's how they're taught in journalism, believe it or not. All right. Let's see here. Here it is.
My name is Xana Kernodle. I'm a marketing major here at the University of Idaho. And I'm involved in a couple things down here, including Vandal Solutions. Last year I did Police Properties. I was an associate with them. And I basically just worked with Police Properties and did advertising for them, did sales events, etc. And this year I'm doing sales, so I'm a sales associate. So basically I just call people around Moscow, ask them if they're interested in our business, etc. But yeah, I'm a junior here, so it's really exciting. I love it at the University of Idaho, and I'm super excited to be in this marketing class because it's basically my major. And this is actually King Street, where I've lived the past 2 years, and I really like just hanging out with my friends all the time and being super involved in school events and everything else. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me, and I'm really excited to take on this course. Hi, my name is Xana Kernodle. I'm a marketing major here at the University of Idaho. And I'm involved in a couple things down here, including Vandal Solutions. Last year I did Police Properties. I was an associate with them. And I basically just worked with Police Properties and did advertising for them, did sales events, etc. And this year
Etc.
I'm doing sales, so I'm a sales associate. So basically I just call people around Moscow, ask them if they're interested in our business, etc. But yeah, I'm a junior here, so it's really exciting. I love it at the University of Idaho, and I'm super excited to be in this marketing class because it's basically my major. And this is actually King Street, where I've lived the past 2 years, and I really like just hanging out with my friends all the time and being super involved in school events and everything else. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me, and I'm really excited to take on this course.
Sad. She is cute. Jules, I agree with you. It's very sad. Excuse me. Her sister said, 1 year without my silly, beautiful Xana. I'm so proud of the person you became. This world is not a better place without you. I miss you so much. I know. I noticed that darn white truck, too. I was like, why does there have to be a white truck? Oh, we're live at the Vigil. Hold on, guys.
Candle. That is.
So students put this together, from what I'm gathering.
For folks to gather into the field, and we have the whole space open tonight, so I encourage you all to come together. My name is Tanner McLean, President of the Associated Students, University of Idaho. November 13th, 2022 is a day we will never forget. Now, I ask each of you to take a moment to reflect upon where you were on that day. A year ago today, I hold a distinct memory of folding laundry in my room. It was a typical Sunday morning in Moscow, Idaho. When the Vandal alert first came across my phone, I was in disbelief. I refused to believe this news, as something this tragic could not happen in our home here in Moscow. As the day continued, more information was revealed. For that entire day, our student body experienced a range of emotions that cannot be quantified. Shock, anger, and sadness. We all felt among our students that day. No words will ever be profound enough to move on from what our community experienced last year. But this vigil will demonstrate the love our student body has for these four amazing individuals. We have asked those who not attend this vigil tonight to light up their porches from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in remembrance of Xana, Ethan, Kaylee, and Maddie, lighting up the world as these four vandals did for their friends and family. I also want to acknowledge that there is currently a vigil ongoing at the University of Idaho, U.S.C. Law School. No matter where you find yourself tonight, the Vandal family is here. And on this day, across all of Idaho, we are all Vandals. Support and help is available. Anyone needing assistance can go to the handrails located to my left near the front, and there will be university staff available to assist and provide support during and after the vigil. There is also ongoing help and support available to you as students through the Counseling and Mental Health Center and via the Dean of Students Office Vandal Care Support Program. Reach out if you are struggling or know of someone who is. Help is available. There will be 4 speakers tonight. We will share their happy memories of Maddie Mogen, Kaylee Gonzalez, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. After each speaker, there will be a moment of silence to reflect on the good these 4 individuals brought into the world. Candles are available at various tables around the admin lawn. There is a limited supply, and if you find you don't have a candle, that is okay. You can use your phone light to participate. At this time, we'll begin lighting candles. Please be courteous to those around you and share your candle light with others. Now, I want to welcome to the stage Heather Blaschka, who will be speaking on behalf of Maddie Mogen tonight.
Hi, I'm Heather Blaschka. My friend is Audrey Haas. It's hard to believe that a year ago today, all of our lives were changed. First off, I want to thank you all for being here. I know that these 4 meant so much to so many people, and seeing all the lives that they touched brings me as much joy as it does sadness. When reaching out to friends, there were many kind words that were used to describe Maddie, the most common being kind, loving, genuine, driven, stunning, outgoing. This list can go on forever, but most of all, bright. Maddie was a bright person. She had a bright smile. She had a bright future. Maddie was bright. She was bright in every way that a person could be. Maddie was the kind of person that made sure everyone felt welcomed and cared for. It was nearly impossible to not be smiling when you were around her. She made every person that she interacted with feel loved. A memory of her from a friend was the first time I met Maddie, she pulled me aside and asked if I wanted to go do something together the next day. From another friend. All the memories I have of Maddie consist of everything good. She always had a smile on her face. She truly made any room she walked into a brighter place. No matter where I saw Maddie, she would always go out of her way to come and say hi to me and always put a smile on my face. Maddie's kindness and gentle heart are missed so deeply. Many of us shared this experience of how generous and inviting she was. Maddie was one of the first Pi-Phis I ever met. She was so welcoming, and I knew that if there were people like her there, Pi-Phi was a great place to be. She was always a shoulder to cry on, a friend to laugh with, and most of all, a compassionate friend. Maddie cared for her friends in such a deep and wonderful way. To be a friend the way that Maddie is to be sincere and endlessly loving. The love that many of us receive from her left a feeling behind that can never fade. I will never forget that day. Before I knew, I had spent the morning getting coffee and laughing with my friends. I know that given the chance, Maddie would have been doing the same exact thing. That experience is such a small moment that many of us share but often do not think about. But that morning, I learned how important those small and seemingly insignificant moments can be. I had no idea how drastically different the next hours, days, and weeks of our lives were going to be. I came home and almost immediately knew that something was wrong. One of the hardest things in the world is seeing the people that you cherish in that kind of pain, carrying that much grief. As we've come to the 1-year mark, I have seen the people that I cherish grieve, but I've also seen them joyous. I have seen them grow and evolve into stronger and more resilient people. While we will never forget Maddie, Xana, Ethan, and Kaylee, it is a moment of shared love for each of them that we will find a little more brightness in each other. Walking through Pi-Fi today shows the genuine love and light that Maddie brought into so many people's lives. I have a new appreciation for the love, compassion, and drive in each of my friends. Admiring those amazing qualities that Maddie embodies herself is how Pi-Fi carries on her legacy. This love is something that Maddie would be proud to see, and I know that if she was here, she would be the center of such joy. Seeing how our community has changed forever has been sad at times, but it has also shown the resilience and love that Maddie embodied every day. One of the things that I admire so much about the way that Maddie chose to live her life is that she never gave up. The world is a much duller place without Maddie in it. Her bright smile and contagious laugh brought joy that cannot be replicated. The light that Maddie brought to this world can never be replaced, but if each of us tries to be a little kinder, a little more welcoming, and a little more genuine, like Maddie, I know our community and our world will be a better, brighter place. We will now have a moment of silence in honor of Maddie Mogen.
Thank you for those warm words. At this time, I want to introduce Maddie Whitney, who will speak on behalf of Kaylee Gonzalez.
Hello, everyone. My name is Madison Whitney, and I am the chapter president of Alpha Phi. With me is my sorority sister, Molly Gray. Tonight, I am speaking on behalf of my chapter to share memories and stories about our dear sister, Kaylee Gonzalez. When I first met Kaylee, I was an incoming freshman who just ran home on bid day. I got to know Kaylee through her position as Big Little Chair. Getting a bigger little sister is one of the most exciting parts of Greek life. Today, I'm going to read a letter by somebody who couldn't be here today, Kaylee's little sister in Alpha Phi, Jaden Anderson. Today, we are gathered a year after an event that shook many of our lives. No words could make this day any less hard. Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan still live on in stories and memories shared, and they will always be guiding those who love them. This is why it is so important that I tell you who Kaylee was and still is to me, and that you understand the tremendous absence of her presence as well as Ethan's, Xana's, and Maddie's. Kaylee Gonzalez had a contagious laugh. I mean, you could hear it in the other room. It was so unapologetically her. I miss this laugh every day. She laughed often, at herself and with others. Kaylee was beautiful inside and out. When we lived in Alpha Phi together, she could often be found getting ready, sitting on the floor with her makeup sprawled and her face so close to the damn mirror. She loved getting ready to go and hang out with her people. It didn't matter what we were going to do. All that mattered was the people she was going to do it with. She always put others first and always prioritized her friends and her family. Kaylee was special. A memory I cherish with her is a sleepover we had. I remember us tucked in and laughing at the movie we just put on with no care in the world. This is how I remember her. Giggly, beautiful, kind and funny, so naturally herself. I loved being in her presence, and it is one that I will miss for the rest of my life. Kaylee gave me this book my freshman year called The Sun and Her Flowers. In the book lies a page that states, "Despite knowing they won't be here for long, they still choose to live their brightest lives. Sunflowers." Kaylee's favorite flower was sunflowers. I think about this quote every day, and it almost feels like her future self was trying to tell me something, or that this was fate bringing this to me now. This book is all about grief, and it just makes me think that I know she's watching out for me, even if she's not here. I asked some of Kaylee's friends to send me some memories about her, and I would love to share them because they are all so true of Kaylee. A member of PC-19 says, "Kaylee was a one-of-a-kind person. There are not enough kind words in the world to help show someone who didn't know her what kind of a person she was, but anyone who knew her did." The following are more quotes from members of PC-19 and people Kaylee was close with. "I'm incredibly grateful for Kaylee's spontaneity and desire to always take pictures of everything. I cherish those pictures we took now more than anything." Another says, "There is no one quite like Kaylee Jade. You were always somebody who everyone needed to get by, and that's what made you so special. I love you so much, more than words can explain. I miss your beautiful soul on earth so much. But I know the universe had bigger and better plans for you and Maddie, which is why you two weren't able to stay down here with us any longer. I know you two are having the best time up there together." One quote that I feel really sums up her friends' love towards her and Kaylee's love towards them. "I can only think of how lucky I was to know her, to love her, and to be able to call her a dear friend." The amount of people that shared the same things about Kaylee shows the person she was. True, loyal, and dedicated beyond words can explain. This is how we will always remember her. If it is not evident, Kaylee loved big. I am reminded every day to live like Kaylee would. Be more spontaneous, stop and take pictures, be loud, laugh loud, and love hard. May we all work hard to be more like Kaylee, kinder, loving, brighter, and more compassionate individuals. Not a day goes by where Kaylee's absence is any less loud than today. We miss you and we love you so much. On behalf of the women of Alpha Phi, I would like to thank our friends, family, community, and university staff for the love and support that we have received this past year. We will now have 1 minute of silence to honor Kaylee Gonzalez.
Thank you, Maddie. At this time, I want to introduce Xana Miller, who will speak on behalf of Xana Kernodle.
Thank you, Shell.
Good evening. Thank you for being here tonight. My name is Xana Miller. Beside me, Elise von Bargen, my close friend. And I will be speaking in remembrance of a woman whose name I share, Xana Kernodle. A lot of people say you don't know what you have until it's gone. However, Xana Kernodle does not fit into that category. Pi Beta Phi was blessed to have Xana's presence, blessed to have known her, and to call her a sister. She made an impact on our organization that will never be forgotten. She meant so much to everyone around her. She was a crucial member of the team. A light in the darkness, a smile when you needed one, a ball of energy. She was full of life, and she lived her life to the fullest. A lot of people saw her as the life of the party. Everyone strived to be a little more like Xana. A little more vibrant, adventurous, kind, outgoing, empathetic, positive, charming, bright, and warm-hearted. This is just the beginning of a list that could go on forever. When I asked my chapter what words would be best to describe her, one of Xana's close friends said, "You couldn't describe her because she was everything and more." She was one of a kind. She was entirely herself all the time. A beautiful aura followed her everywhere she went. There was always a smile on her face. She was a very contagious person. Xana was one of those people that you could not possibly be sad around. She made friends feel unapologetic for being themselves. No one ever had anything negative to say about Xana, and that is something that I admire. Nothing could possibly measure how valuable she was. Xana not only was a very unique person, but Xana is a very unique name. I love my name, but I didn't always used to. I used to feel weird and singled out because it wasn't a normal name. Funny that I didn't like that no one else had it. It's something special to me, and I wish it didn't take me that long to figure it out. I used to think there was no one else in the world named Xana, until I met her. And what an awesome person to share a name with. I love my name. I have for a while now, being grown up and being able to appreciate the uniqueness of it. This feels weird to say, but now I am almost more proud to have the name that I do. Nicknames are a special thing, and Xana had multiple. The favorites, however, seem to be Xan and Princess Xana. Quite the princess she was. One of the nicknames that the girls at Pi Phi like to call me is Xan. I know that was passed down to me from her, and I wouldn't want to be called anything else. I have always enjoyed that nickname. Something about it just makes me feel loved and cared for. Evil becomes much more real when it happens so close to home. I always used to tell my mom that she's overreacting, or that I would be just fine alone, or that she really did not need me to stand by her grocery cart as to not leave her purse unattended. I used to say things like, "Mom, it's Meridian, Idaho. What do you think could possibly happen to me?" I'm sure that is what everyone thought growing up here in Moscow, too. And then comes November 13th. This date marks the day that Moscow, Idaho changed forever, and the people along with it. I still remember waking up that Sunday. My phone was blowing up. I had 27 missed calls from multiple people, and messages primarily consisting of, "I'm sorry, Xana. Wake up, Xana. Please text me as soon as you see this." I remember being very scared and incredibly confused. I walked downstairs to find a majority of my upperclassmen in tears on the living room floor. There were many hours between when we all woke up that day to when Dean Eccles came to our house that night and announced the news. I know I had many conversations and long, warm hugs. I know I used at least a whole box of tissues, and I vividly remember the FaceTime call to my parents later that night, after Dean Eccles had told us. That Sunday was one of the longest, yet shortest days of my life, and somehow I don't remember a lot of it. There are some things that I will never forget, and other things that got wrapped up in the blur of my brain fog. How does someone process something like that? How do you know what to do or how to feel? The aftermath of Thanksgiving break, when we all came back to campus, was a roller coaster of emotions. The house became very quiet. Suddenly, the halls and bathrooms were not buzzing with music and makeup anymore. Campus in Greek Row became somewhat of a ghost town. The weather seemed a bit grayer than usual. It was dark, and it was scary, and rightfully so. But somewhere through all of that sadness and hopelessness, a seed was planted in Pi Phi, a seed of love and comfort, sprouting into a sisterhood that I would have never imagined would mean so much to me. Growing into a family that I hold very dearly to my heart. Experiencing this as a freshman with my member class was a very difficult first year of college. Enduring the hard times and cherishing the good, we built a very strong bond. The amount of support and tenderness our chapter received in and outside of our community was one of the most incredible things to be a part of, but also be able to witness. This love spread beyond just Pi Phi. Campus also grew into a tighter-knit community. Greek life reached a whole new level of appreciation and respect, almost as if we valued each other so much more. We realized how important each person is in our small world of Moscow, Idaho. How much of an impact one person can have on thousands of people. Slowly, Pi Phi started to heal, and so did campus. The streets got busier, the classes got fuller, and the smiles came back, as did the music and the makeup in the bathroom. We were able to admire all of Xana and Maddie's traits without it being an emotional trigger. We were able to laugh and talk about all the good memories. We were able to look at old pictures and listen to old videos without crying. We were able to appreciate and miss them. The impact Xana had on Pi Phi in the 2 years that she was a member will last us a lifetime. I am incredibly thankful to have known a person like Xana. Her memory lives in the walls of Pi Beta Phi, but her love lives in this community. And I'll take a 1-minute moment of silence for Xana.
Thank you, Xana. Please welcome to the stage our final speaker tonight, DJ Myers, who will speak on behalf of Ethan Chapin. "365 days since my life changed forever. All of our lives changed forever. I'll never forget meeting Ethan Chapin on bid day. It didn't take long to realize that our friendship was going to be a for-life kind of thing. Although to say friendship feels like an understatement because Ethan was family. Bid day is weird because it's the time where everyone is a little awkward and nervous about moving into a completely new house with completely new people, but you wouldn't be able to tell there was an ounce of hesitation with Ethan.
He was so outgoing. I remember him coming up and introducing himself to me right away, and it only took about 30 seconds before he had me laughing hysterically, followed by more and more laughing and joking together the rest of the night. Our whole pledge class had so much fun that first night. Not a care in the world, and just built up with so much excitement for what was to come ahead. I think about that first day in Sigma Chi with Ethan almost every day. And that's just who E was. The life of the party. Always optimistic, always looking for excitement. The type of person to pick you up when you're down, to keep you at a high when you're up. There's not many people I've met in my life that I can wholeheartedly say exemplify the true meaning of what it means to be happy, to love life and those around you. His generosity and compassion for not only his friends and family, but also anyone he came in contact with was nothing short of special. He so effortlessly put anyone and everyone around him in a good mood. These traits are something I strive to obtain every single day. Ethan was a yes man, and so was I, which at times definitely got us in trouble, especially our first semester. I think anyone who met us probably thought of us as the dumb, irresponsible freshmen, which is true, but hey, we all need those kinds of people in our lives, right? Whether it was playing video games, watching a movie, shooting out in our basketball court, going to get food, regardless, there was a period of time where we were basically inseparable. This gave me the opportunity to see him grow out of that freshman mentality and become more and more driven, aware, responsible. I know for a fact Ethan would have gone on to do great things had been given the chance. Then fast forward a few months, he started dating Xana Kernodle, who also happened to be a very close friend of mine. And the only thing I miss more than seeing E every day is seeing those two together every day. E and Xana are soulmates. They complemented each other's personalities as perfectly as I've ever seen within a couple. And it's a really bittersweet feeling because although they were taken from us way too early, at least I know they're up there together forever. Their energy was unmatched. Both were always just the two brightest lights in the room. The previous speaker, Xana Miller, did a wonderful job describing just who Xana was in her speech. I wanted to add in a little piece of my own on behalf of Xana. I could go on and on about the person Xana was, how infectious her laugh and smile was, how she was always there for you in time of need, how welcoming and compassionate she was towards people, even people she may have just met that night. But the little memories are what replayed in my head over and over. Her backflips she would attempt, which usually resulted in her failing and popping right back up, laughing, yelling, "I'm okay." All the times we played Just Dance against each other, and I would double her score since she always decided she would just start doing her own dances instead of what the game was telling us to do. But most importantly, I miss all the hugs she gave me. Every time I first got to a function, and every time I left. Every time. I wish I could just give them both one more big hug. As I sit back and think of all the memories, I've learned dwelling won't do anything. It's important to remember all the good times and be grateful for the relationships we were all able to form with Ethan, Xana, Madison, and Kaylee, even if it was for a short amount of time. To know Ethan, Xana, Madison, and Kaylee was to love Ethan, Xana, Madison, and Kaylee. The adversity this university has had to go through over the past year, the strength it's taken to persevere, the support from every person on this campus is what makes U of I so special. The importance of the Vandal family is something that can't be put into words. There's absolutely no other family I'd rather be a part of. The last thing I remember with Ethan is him and I alone in my room, and he expressed how excited he was to move back into the house in a little over a month. He told me how much he'd missed living with us boys. We started talking about all the fun things we were going to do once that happened. Although he was unable to get that opportunity, I feel and always will feel like he's still here with me. I read somewhere that once you lose someone you love, you gain an angel. We have 4 amazing angels watching over all of us every day. My life will never be the same without you, Anna E. But I try every day to live life like you did. I love and miss you, and so does everyone who is lucky enough to know you. We will now take a moment of silence to honor Ethan Chapin. Thank you, DJ. As we come to a close tonight, I want to express the student body's appreciation towards all of our speakers. Speaking tonight was no easy task, as the emotions from last year's tragedy are still felt among all of us. Thank you for sharing the memories of those we lost. Your words have been felt among all of us tonight as our Vandal family carries on in remembrance. I'm a firm believer that in the darkest of times, there is always a light. The light always perseveres through the darkness, and in this past year, that light has been the Vandal family and those who have supported us. So, I would like to take this time to publicly thank, on behalf of the student body, those who brought the light to our community this past year. I would like to thank the staff and faculty of the university for providing care and support to students. We're also grateful to President Scott Green and Dean of Students Blaine Eccles. Their warm hearts were the quality of leaders our student body needed throughout this past year. Allow me to express appreciation to Governor Little, who has been committed to providing all possible resources, justice, helping bring peace of mind to the entire Moscow community. I would also like to thank the Moscow Police Department and the Idaho State Police for their professionalism, courage, and dedication. These agencies have earned the respect of our entire student body. Last year, as student body president, I received countless letters of support from the students of secondary institutions across our nation. Though I did not have time to list every college and university, I want to highlight the sympathies displayed by the students of Boise State University, Idaho State University, Lewis Clark State College, North Idaho College, the College of Idaho, the colleges of Southern Idaho, Western Idaho, and Eastern Idaho, and Washington State University. Vandal alumni everywhere have been supportive of our students as they provided great support for scholarships in the names of Xana, Ethan, Maddie, and Kaylee. The alumni were also dedicated to providing she-birdie alarms for students across campus. I would also like to thank the students of the University of Idaho for being there for supporting one another during a very difficult time. In the past year, I have personally witnessed our student body coming together as we continue to heal. 3 students in particular I want to thank are Heather Blaschka, Gus Elwell, and Maddie Whitney, who displayed tremendous leadership in planning tonight's vigil. Lastly, I want to thank the families of the victims for the grace and poise with which they have navigated this tragic situation and support they have expressed for the students of the university. As a message to them specifically, the students of the University of Idaho continue to stand with you in your grief and sorrow. As you leave here tonight, you may return your candles back to the tables where you picked them up. You may also keep them as a remembrance of this gathering and light up each year in memory of our lost Vandals. I also want to remind everyone again that there is support, and students just need to come to one of the locations tonight or visit the Counseling and Mental Health Center or Dean of Students
Welcome,
Office.
Spark-Q. Thank you for joining.
Currently, the university is trying to establish a Vandal Healing Garden and Memorial, where donations are still being accepted to help create a lasting memorial to these 4 individuals, in addition to creating a healing space where all Vandals who are lost or enrolled can be remembered by their friends and family. Community is the antidote to emotional trauma. Community is healing. Community is how we carry on together. Tonight is a testament to the strength of the Vandal family. As you leave here tonight, I urge all of you to spend time with those you love. Xana, Ethan, Kaylee, and Maddie were all social butterflies, as they had an impact on countless individuals. They were Vandals through and through, all sharing their lives with those around them.
I hold faith that they will leave a lasting legacy among all of us. A year ago today, we experienced a senseless and horrific tragedy. But tonight, we remember the light these four vandals brought into our lives, a light that will continue to shine in the years to come. On behalf of the student body, stay strong, be with those you love, and remember the light these four individuals brought into the world. Together, our Vandal family will carry on as we remember the extraordinary impact Xana, Ethan, Kaylee, and Maddie had on our community. Thank you all for attending tonight, and I wish you all safe travels home. Good night, Vandals.
So sad. Thank you for watching, guys. It's so dark there. I wonder how many people were there. Looks like quite a bit, doesn't it? No, I don't want to blow mine out. I have my candle lit. Thank you, Connie. I love how we support the victims. Look at all these kids. So senseless. Ben Mogen, though, broke my heart tonight. I have a video to play before we end tonight. Thousands? Wow. That's awesome, though. Denise, I couldn't have said it better myself. Their deaths didn't just make an impact on the community, it made an impact on the world.
Just give me something to carry. Give me something to carry. I can carry something.
This is KREM. Thank you, KREM, for the Vigil in the interview with Ben Mogen. And I have a video. You guys may have seen it before. Oh, thank you, Far. Australian $10. Thank you for your super chat. And thank you for becoming a member tonight. We hope that you will enjoy being part of our fam. All right, guys, let's play our video. This is our video. This is my video in honor of the students. Hold on. I got to get it pulled up here. All right, here we go. You're leaving your candle burning so you go to bed? So am I. So am I. Okay, so here we go. We're going to make this all about the Idaho 4 right now. Nothing else. So after this, we're going to dance it out. But I just wanted to say thank you guys for being here. And keep these families in your thoughts and prayers. The holidays coming up. It's going to be a really, really hard time for them. But thank you guys for listening, and I will see you guys in the next.
don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Damn, 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 damn. You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to friends, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all